neutral jungle. So I feel like if during clutch situations, when it comes to going for the 50-50 coin flips, the team with Lolita and a lot of burst potential is going to be able to come out on top by deciding when to time those retributions onto objectives. So it's really nice, but hopefully it's going to work out. But as of yet, Rrq, they're bringing in the Paquito. So this might be a jungle... No, I take it back. I'm just kidding. It's Alberttt playing on the Julian jungle.
This is our 7th Paquito, and this is going to hit hard. He goes in crazy with those type of flank type of plays, and that is what he is known for. And we mentioned, right, Evos Singapore, they need to find a little bit of layer in terms of that assassin, someone to be able to go into the back line and really target that Irithel, because she is one of the most vulnerable heroes in that position.
Definitely agree, but the draft has been set. Evos SG, game number 2. This is going to be the respawn with Rrq in the vicinity, alongside with the flashy Benedetta that Gideon loves so much. Is it going to happen? I don't know, but Rrq, they are sticking it with the Irithel, this time with the Xavier on top of it all. Is it going to be the game-winning factor? Will they pummel their way through in towards the next phase? Ladies and gentlemen, we're heading into game number 2 between Rrq versus Evos SG in the upper brackets.
Well, it starts here, and actually, you know, I like this way more. And it's okay. Hold on, it's actually a jungle Benedetta.
Oh.
Okay, makes things even more interesting here, because I was going to get into the point that this is the dynamic that I was talking about, having the multi-dimensional options for you to actually get a win condition. Early action in the mid lane, though, not going to convert into much. But yeah, going back, Benedetta in the jungle could actually end up working out really well, because then even you can transition that into a split push solo decision if you want to, or you can make it work and just block as much as you can, be flashy, use Elect the Final Blow to clear minions. Really, there's so much in Benedetta's kit alone that makes it great to watch, and hopefully it works really well for what Evos Singapore is trying to do.
I'm not exactly sure why they decided to go for the switch up. I feel like based on the ideas coming from Evos SG, they were deciding whether or not it's Benedetta versus Paquito, the El Clasico, right? But before that, hold that thought for now. Seems like a first blood is on his way. Evos SG to get the catch right here.
Yeah, the Mystic Fields actually connects onto JPL. He is going to receive a lot of amount of damage, so that will force his retreat. But as of right now, both teams are playing it quite aggressively in the early stage of the game. We saw that Gear was trying to do his jungle, but R7 is going to try and disrupt that pattern from happening.
Yep, it's just so difficult to play this as of yet, but I feel like Rrq Hoshi underestimated what Seilah was going to do in the early stage of the game, and JPL playing on Rrq right from the get-go, I think it's something that a lot of teams do kind of underestimate. A Lolita versus Rrq, I feel like Rrq kind of comes up on top a little bit earlier compared to Lolita. Like, you kind of need Lolita on maybe like level 6, level 7, where he comes up online, where his shields start to build a lot in terms of tempo, and possibly when Alberttt hits his item, but it seems like the fight is about to break down.
Yeah, Vin is going to be caught in the midst of it all, as 4 members are going very heavily onto him. Gear is going to get that first kill onto him, so that is 1 member up for the side of Evos Singapore. They are going to try to take this turtle away from them, but the Dawning Light connects. Unfortunately, it is still going to be Evos Singapore taking it all, but look at this, R7 goes down very extremely, as it is going to be 1 kill for the side of Rrq Hoshi. Another trade here, as Gear is going to be the next to follow.
Worth. I would say that's worth right there. You know, they find that little lead, they find the turtle, and you can already see here, right? They're trying to play on multiple fronts, and even Seilah, this is a lot more aggression and that he can do on this Kagura pick, so it's nice to see here them taking charge this time for game number 2.
Yeah, I definitely agree. This is a different Evos SG right now, and they can take advantage so much because of this early aggression, right? You need Alberttt to kind of set up a little bit more, but there's only so much he can do, because if you think about it, Clayyy on the Saber needs some sort of setup, and the finisher has got to be Alberttt. And if he doesn't change his skills properly, things are not going to look good for him. And considering how mobile Evos SG can be, especially with this Benedetta matchup, which is kind of anticipated from Evos SG to be facing off a jungle Paquito, with this switch up, it's going to put them in a very, very difficult situation for now.
I still want to talk about, again, Nick rolling with this Grok here, has the high and dry, right? So if he's able to find those setups perfectly, or JPL can find those setups. Okay, they actually find him this time. Nick, I'm sorry for talking about you. I gave you the caster curse there. But there you go. That is what I'm talking about, right? If he's later on able to find those setups, there's so much burst potential on the side of Evos Singapore that they can follow those up. But got to be careful. You're the side lane as this Grok.
Yep.
Oh man, Alberttt is already so aggressive. Did he take that buff away? Oh, he didn't. Gear was still able to get that, but on the bottom side here, R7 just really trying to cut that lane, trying to prevent Nick once again from trying to scale in any shape or form, as R7 here in a 1v1 situation with Gear, but now Gear has to be careful here. R7 is quick to follow.
Yeah, I definitely agree. But at the same time here, let's take a look at the JPL's item. He's going for a hybrid regen on the pull yourself together emblem, which is not exactly the best, but at the same time, it's okay. It's the standard meta item pick in terms of roaming. He needs those upkeep when it comes to sustains, and as this tank, he needs to be in and out in all this fight. It seems like they are going to catch on Alberttt. Oh, the mistakes!
Yes, this is the calm before the storm, as the Nunon Blast unfortunately is going to connect onto a member here, but it is going to be the killing spree as well as a double kill taken in for Alberttt. So 2 kills on the board for them. They are going to come out on top, and this one as Alberttt, what is he trying to do here? Don't be too aggressive, as it is going to be Adammir being able to punish them for that kind of situation. But Lemon, look at Lemon. He goes into the fray here, onto the backside. Look at the damage that he is putting onto Adammir. So much pressure, but Vin is here quick to follow. Are they going to be able to take a pick? The answer is no, as they are going to disengage from this for now.
There's still a ton of action up here in the top lane too. I mean, Gear is now going to try to help out because JPL got to be careful.
Oh, seems like this is going to be the fight as well. As you can see, Evos SG, they are going to bounce back. They managed to punish Rrq's aggression. However, the Numinon Blast from Vin is going to lock Seilah, but this is a Kagura. He's going to be A-okay. However, Clayyy, will he have his dawning light in time? But R7 from the sides.
R7 from the side is going to look for a play, but unfortunately, the heavy spin goes into clutch, and they will be able to protect Seilah. For now, it is going to be R7 to pay the price for being super aggressive in that top side.
Wait a minute, what is going on? Evos SG, they finally found the cracks of the confidence coming from Rrq Hoshi, because compared to game number 1, it was a complete different side, because Rrq Hoshi, they had no reason to overextend that far to actually go make for the plays. I feel like it was a little bit greedy for Lemon to get so much farm right there and still be there, considering that the tier 1 up top was still alive.
That's what I'm saying. The thing here, you know, Seilah actually able to play in this game and do what he wants to do on this Mage Kagura pick, because last game he didn't get to. So right now he is going to be that big factor for them while Adammir buys time. Again, it's not only Adammir, right? It's Seilah now. Gear's doing the best he can as well. And meanwhile, they need to focus on Alberttt, but the top lane could be the next decision for both teams as they're all crowding out around here. Check out Alberttt. Like I was saying, he's focused so well on these objectives. He's also got 4 kills himself. This is why I think Jungle Julian is so good.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here, as they are going to be trying to contest this turtle. The heavy spin does come into play here, as Vin is caught in a 4v1 situation. The Numinon Blast is going to hit, but unfortunately not too much on anyone. But Gear is going to be punished for the aggression that he has displayed.
Oh my goodness, Gear. That looks so clean with the dodge right there. He was able to dodge it, and he landed the perfect Electro final blow. But like you said as well, the rest of Evos SG, they were just super stumped. They overcommitted all this because they didn't have anything to re-engage, and that's just so very unfortunate. But it makes a lot of sense, considering that JPL was able to open up and get the turtle for themselves. But at the same time, Rrq Hoshi, look at the items as of now, especially coming from Lemon. He's a little bit slow compared to the previous games, but as of yet, he is still slowly building his items as compared to Adammir, who's got a Blade of Despair as of yet. So he's going to be able to proc on this 50% penalty that allows him to hit harder for any heroes that drops below 50% health.
What's working so well too is Alberttt has he has the early Genius Wand, right? Paired up with Clayyy, if you get that set up with your chains and everything, you just knock them up. They already have that reduced magic resistance, so Clayyy is just, as they say, magic pew pew, right? He sends out the dawning light. It's pretty much big damn at that point. So this is really difficult for Evo Singapore. They're going to have to keep that in mind and also start getting a little more magic resistance, because right now that combination between those two alone is doing quite a bit.
I definitely agree, but Rrq, look at this. They are going to try and focus more on Adammir. They need to threaten his position, and so far he's doing so well. Vin showing his mark here. Adammir, can he go for the shot there? It seems like he misses the angle. Immediately the shield comes in. The Numinon Blast as well. Ooh. He flickers forward, but immediately Lemon gets caught out. JPL wants to respond, but there's just not enough Evos members to actually fight this.
Yeah, the heavy spin does come through in order to just
Alberttt?
save his life, but Alberttt here goes to the backside. Is he going to get it? He has to be careful, as Adammir is there. The dawning light comes through, but JPL is quick to dodge that, and no trade has been done here, except that Rrq Hoshi is able to get that. Oh my god, what? A mega kill secured by the side of Evos Singapore as that yin-yang overturn was quick to be able to get Albert's life.
Oh, that was huge. That was outplays coming from JPL. They sacrificed the tier 1, but they forced Alberttt to overcommit. And because of this, this means Lord is going to be out for grabs. However, Alberttt is 10 seconds behind. Looks like Rrq, they are going to try and force the fight. Adammir, first one to be pushed back.
Yeah, the Dawning Light does come through here. Adammir is going to take a lot of chunk of health here as the Numenon Blast is trying to get a stun onto JPL. And JPL is going to be a bit of a tissy here. Lemon here is going to be stunned. He gets taken down as that yin-yang overturn once again is going to be the proving factor of how Evos Singapore comes out on top. Rrq Hoshi, they're not going to let this slide as a Dawning Light is going to come through, but unfortunately it is only going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Seilah for Lemon.
What is going on? JPL is on fire. His Arkai has been on point, setting up so many plays for the team. And Rrq Hoshi, despite all this performance, they were able to lose out on... Evos SG was able to come up on top with that law trade. However, now Alberttt finally getting the Divine Glaive, we will expect a little bit more damage. You talked about this as well. Clayyy also going to be an important factor in hitting those Dawning Lights. And see, the fight's about to break down mid. Seems like there is a little bit of scuffle, but the Lord is going to be pushing from the top side for Evos SG.
Yeah, Gear is at half health here. I'm not really sure what they want to do. They are going to try and wait some time, I guess, in order for Gear to be able to follow.
Alberttt.
It is going to be the focus here in that bottom side, but look at this, Vin here already on engage onto JPL. There is the Mystic Fields that does get propped onto JPL, but unfortunately, they do not want to commit onto this as the Lord is just going to be taken down.
This is what I said, you know? Gear's doing exactly what he has to do on the Benedetta, right? Push those lanes out while the rest of the team is focusing on grabbing the Lord or defending, and this is exactly what they have to do. Multi-faceted win streaks here, or win capabilities for their composition. That's what we're seeing. Like you mentioned, JPL is doing a great job here, and hopefully they can keep that up because right now they have a nice little comfortable gold lead, so this will help them scale a little bit, but they have to do this more and more and more because look at the player gold. Right now, Adammir is getting to the point where that Beatrix is getting scary, but they have to be careful.
Yeah, I definitely agree, but seems like they are going to potentially force a fight. Here comes the conceal plays from Rrq.
Yeah, the conceal play comes through here for the side of Rrq Hoshi, but once again, they don't find a particular target.
Oh,
but it is going to be JPL being able to bait Vin as well as R7. R7 is going to be the first to fall as Adammir claims a kill. The Dawning Light does come through. Alberttt is able to trade onto JPL, but look at the backside as that is going to be the yin-yang overturn, being able to chunk a lot of damage, but it was going to be them being traded back. 2-for-1 trade here for the moment as Rrq Hoshi is going to come out on top.
Oh, that was so cool coming from JPL. A big heavy spin using 2 walls at the same time, locking 2. That was huge. However, Seilah didn't exactly follow up into the wombo combo. He chose to actually try and dig a dive on those Lemon, and Lemon was able to outplay him completely. And prior to that as well, Lemon just got his ass claw, so he's not easily taken down anymore compared to before. So it's a little bit different in terms of itemizations. Hopefully, it is going to be a little bit better. But as of yet, Alberttt picking up his Winter Trunkin.
Yeah, and right now, I mean, this is what I was saying, right? Seilah had that nice, comfortable gold lead, actually just even kill lead, but at this point, right, Rrq has pretty much found that out and knows how to work around it. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult for Seilah to find those moments for the setups, but it's not saying that that can't still happen. Those are going to be big moments if he can find them, but as you just saw, Lemon was doing a great job to counteract that. A lot of early aggression. R7 also does not want Gear to do that split pushing thing that he's been doing for the past couple minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's something that puts off Rrq Hoshi's playstyle. They want to just apply so much pressure, but if you think about it, right, compared to game number 1 and game number 2, there's the big difference is Rrq Hoshi, they get a big, huge margin lead, and what they do, and ever since they lead, they don't exactly give unnecessary goal away, whereas Evos SG, they're shoving the lanes, making space, but at the same time giving economy lead from Rrq Hoshi, and because of that, they're able to keep up. And look at this, R7.
Oh no, this isn't good. R7 is being punished for the way that he plays. Evos are trying and starting to be able to read the patterns that he's going for. Rrq Hoshi, though, they're trying to look for something, but the Yang overturn connects onto Lemon. Can Lemon get out of this? This is an outplay coming in from Lemon, being able to take Seilah, even though he was in the bottom side of the map. It is going to be Vin here in the backside here, trying to prevent Adammir from dealing out the damage, and it's actually working. The Dawning Light comes through. It is going to be R7, though, getting taken down. Vin goes down next. It is going to be JPL, the next on the chopping block. Let's see what Alberttt has to say. A double kill has been secured by Adammir, but it is going to be Adammir. No! no! He gets taken down. 3-for-3 trade here for both teams.
Oh, that was a big clutch coming from Lemon. The Haskell taking advantage, just punishing Seilah's play time and time again. He does this every single time. He preemptively anticipated the situation and came up on top. But Evos SG, what a performance from Gear. All the way up top, taking R7, mix it in time and steals the Lord in front of them. My goodness, let's check out the replay.
Here's a replay brought to you by TikTok. As you can see, this was a pretty messy fight. Nick was even low here, but look, Lemon getting that regen from the Haas Claws, like you mentioned. Here, able to secure that lure, though. That is going to be big. Buys him a little bit of time. And this was just a battle for that objective.
Oh my goodness, Adammir just completely took away 80% of the health in that snipe against them. That was just so unfortunate, but the fight is breaking down as of yet.
Yeah, R7 here caught in a weird situation against his back on the wall as that charge is going to hit. The Numenon Blast does get popped up, but look at that. Seilah is going to get punished, and once again, the 4th time in the game, he is going to get caught out with and why and because of his aggressive way of nature.
Oh, we've seen this time and time again. Seilah always tries to play. When it works, it looks so good. When it doesn't, this is going to be a payback because Rrq Hoshi is going to take advantage of the situation. Evos right now has no choice but to back out and respect all this space. But it seems like Rrq, they want to get a little bit more considering that Seilah is down, but it's only 10 seconds on the side. Adammir, however, in a very awkward situation, he doesn't want to be outside right now, whereas the rest of Rrq is at their base. However, here, he steals the tier 3 right under the nose of Rrq. Make your decision. What is it going to be? Continue or back off?
That is going to be the question here. I mean, it doesn't seem like Rrq Hoshi actually had an idea of that this was happening. You mentioned that here using this Benedetta gave them an extra color, and that's exactly what is happening. And Rrq Hoshi, they don't seem to have an answer for that.
This is, like I said, this is a great way for Evo Singapore to play around because Gear is doing an amazing job, even though he is the jungle here, because Seilah is making some mistakes that could end up costing them a game. He's got to be super careful because a lot of times in that last fight, he initiated thinking the team was going to go, and then they just backed off. Unfortunately, he gets taken out here. So Rrq is anticipating those mistakes coming out from Evo Singapore, and they have to be careful because the next Lord's going to be up in less than 30 seconds, and look at the damage already.
Now, this is exactly the point you want to get on the Xavier, right? We talked about this during Game 1, especially from Evos SG, but Rrq, they're slowly getting there. Even with the Haskell, it looks like bottom side here. He's going to get caught out, but the final blow is going to be A-okay. It's not that easy. It's difficult to catch a man in that.
I mean, even if you think about it, right, the Lord is now up, so you get a little bit of resources out, but they really have to be careful about the movement, the space they have on the map, because notice, the Gear isn't even near that Lord point, right? So things are going to set up here, relying on Rrq to set pace, and we'll see how this plays out. Gear still pushing that lane with R7 on his tail.
Yep, and on the top side, based on the items you can see, they're slowly progressing to the ultra latest stage as well. JPL is almost close to his final item, likewise coming from the ground. Nick needs a little bit more, but it seems like he is going to opt for a little bit more defensive. Now, bottom side Rrq, they have adapted. They understand this is the now classical Benedetta Paquito meta. This is something they got to do. However, JPL on top might be in trouble.
Yeah, JPL goes in for a flank here, but it does get caught out. Rrq Hoshi read that perfectly, and it is going to be that immortality being popped up as the killing spree has been picked up by Albert.
Oh, this is really unfortunate, but it's not going to be over yet because Rrq needs to one more Evos SG. Look at this, Seilah, he's going to get pulled out. Can he dodge R7? He's going for the road. Adammir looking for a snipe on anything, but the rest of Rrq is going to be focusing on the Lord. What Evos SG can't exactly do too much, but from behind, pay attention to his ear. They're looking for the steal. Is it going to happen? Does he scout this out?
This is going to be the important question. Is going to be going heavily onto that board. But look at this 3 triple stun connects onto this. But look at them now. All the odds. It is going to be Albert being taken down. The immortality here gets popped off, but another kill has been taken into that Rrq Hoshi. 2-for-1 trade with the Lord.
Like Gear had the right idea, but Lemon with the speed, that sprint, and Gear the little general, how do you catch her?
Oh, that's so very difficult. Evos SG, force back out, Sonic like in scare of God. But Evos SG, they fight their best, but that was a very difficult thing to do. They had to go point 50 point, and despite all that, Gear is winning most of them. It takes just one, and Rrq got it. It looks like Rrq are not on one way, so face of Evos and JGL. What is he gonna do?
This time around, Seilah already has that holy crystal, so expect a larger amount of damage. And see, lemon damage. I'll use one. The visible connects onto JGL as Armin is trying some damage onto him. Unfortunately, the Compass does not connect. That is a good resource. So he says side by side are they understand this limit. They will be ready for now.
Yep, this is so smart for them. Taking advantage of this ring. Actually get out. Doesn't have to ring. Ultimate. That's a big catch from Evos SG, but looks like they are gonna have back off, and the lane is pretty weird. And everyone has no choice but to defend. And that's gonna do a lot of damage on this crystal. Meanwhile, on the Evos here is already starting to make that place as of yet. But this time, RrQ might be responding to this here. Has to be very patient about this play coming up very soon.
Here's the win condition, right? You can see more members of Evos Singapore just standing together. Gear, do your thing. So RrQ has to be conscious of that. And now I'm going to let him that's really close right here. But this is what they have to have, right? They need to stabilize because we've seen it happen before where that push can win a game if you're not careful despite this lead. So right now, RrQ showing just how disciplined they can be. If they want to, honestly, the way the baiting over here, they control so much of the map that they can just wait for the next lord to come up and then push in for another turn, just doing things slow and steady because that is the best case scenario. Meanwhile, they have to babysit any lane you choose to go to.
Oh, interesting choice coming from them. Instead of going for the power potion, he opted to go for the Rrq Hoshi to keep things alive because as long as he survives, his sprint and his claw is going to keep him alive and then progress even more. So interesting, but at the same time, I feel like Evos SG, they are waiting on those immortality timings, and once that's up, that is where they force the issue. However, with 20 seconds left for this next long fight, you can see Evos SG just so afraid. You want to go for the cross that plays instead of challenging the Lord.
I don't know, it seems like for the way that Evos Singapore is playing, RrQ Hoshi is starting to get a read on it, right? They understand that they want to be able to take that backside. Therefore, you see you're trying to rotate towards that backside, and JPL trying to get rotated towards that backside. But the way that they do that, RrQ Hoshi is able to punish them and eventually pick them off. And then that gives them a map advantage. So now it seems like Evos Singapore, they're looking for a different idea. Perhaps they want to go just straight for look for a team fight. Now we are going to see as the Lord has already spawned in the Land of Dawn.
RrQ, they don't exactly know where Evos SG, because as of now, you can see Evos SG is so deep into his enemy territories, but at the same time, they're just so afraid to make these plays. They want to see what kind of reactions Evos do, because as of now, finally, after a long waited moment here, shows himself in the middle lane, but he's not giving a lot of information, because where's the rest of the team is, they don't exactly know, because if Alberttt decides to go for the purple buff, as of now, they might actually fall off, but Evos SG, they give up control. They're afraid. They need somebody to check the Lord, and guess what? The base from Win tapping the Lord will force Evos to back off this situation.
Spider sense was tingling. They waited forever in that bush and nothing came of it. So now they're just like, you know what, let's just go start the Lord. Maybe we can force RrQ into his mistake. And right now, R7's got to clear that lane out and join the team. Lord's going to be less than half health.
Yeah, the Dawning Light was there to open up the map, but look at the Lord here. It is going to be chopped down rather easily. The Deadly Spin does come through with the Numeron Blast, connects on to the members of all the members of obviously for Adammir goes down first, and that's exactly who you want to be picking up. But on the flip side, it is going to be Lemon being taken off the board. Two members is next, Seilah as well as Nick, and Gear is forced to really run away with his life.
Oh, they weren't expecting this. Evos SG was so focused on the Lord, but RrQ was so focused on their positioning, and because of this 50-50 play, they got them all clumped up in the Lord pit, and Clayyy was just dishing out so much damage. And with this place, it's going to be difficult to defend because now RrQ Hoshi is going to take advantage of the death timers of Evos SG's death. 22 minutes of clock, you can see everyone is down towards at least more than 40 seconds on the death timer.
Man, Gear is doing work this game because he has not only been split pushing, but he's been grabbing the Lords despite those like crazy team fights happening around the Lord pit. And so he is continuously buying time for Evos Singapore to somehow find a moment in this game. You got to give it up to Nick too, because Nick was able to find Lemon. He has to be able to do that continuously or another time, because as soon as you take out Lemon, your chances of winning those team fights is much higher.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Albert getting his magic potion means he is going to hit a little bit harder. But as of yet, Lemon, you can see most of this team fights, he's able to do a lot of damage onto his Nick. But the rest of the teams, they don't exactly do too much. They rely so much still on Clay's burst potential on this Xavier. And it's understandable why they're afraid to do so. But I feel like Gear is just an absolute monster. He's just doing so much work in all this split push potential. And Rrq, they had no choice but to react to every single time. And you can even see that before the Lord fight as well, they were just so afraid of what Evos actually can do to them. They are waiting for some sort of reactions coming in from Gear.
And right now, this is the babysitting, right? R7 knows he can't let Gear have free reign. JPL might be looking for something now.
Yeah, heavy spin does come through here. It does connect onto Finn for a while. But unfortunately, it is only onto the roamer. Evos Singapore, they don't want to waste too many resources on that. But the Mystic Fields connects onto JPL. He gets taken a little bit low, but it's still enough for him to progress into the later stage of the game, as Gear is going to be caught out here, is still able to use his abilities to escape that situation.
Yeah, one thing really smart coming from Evos SG is that they've got so much mobility and distraction.
Yeah.
They're trying to force Lemon to sprint as quickly as he can. The moment he pops it off, that's the goal time to actually challenge, because without the sprint, Lemon is not going to be able to do a lot of damage in all these situations. And currently, they're trying to bait each other, but there's just nothing happening. They're just so patient. And who could blame them, right? It's 24 minutes of the game. There's just so much things happening across the map. And Rrq Hoshi is just playing very, very safe. And Evos SG now, here, gonna try and shove up the lane once again, but this time with 8 seconds on the clock for this next enhanced Lord, Rrq Hoshi. How will they respond? JPL just having so much control of the situation as of yet.
Yeah, there's just so much pressure, so much potential that JPL can have. One deadly spin onto Alberttt, let's say, is just going to cost them that next Lord. And I gotta say, I mean, 25 minutes in, this is already an evolved Lord. So this is going to be a huge taking, and that is why it is very important. Evos Singapore, they don't want to make that same mistake, but it seems like they might be rotating towards that top side as that deadly spin connects onto Vin. But Vin is caught in a weird situation where the members of the other friends are not in that area. Vin is going to be taken down quite low here, as Adammir is going to be also very forced to go back away.
Wow.
But look at that. That deadly charge just goes on very aggressively onto Vin, as Alberttt is going to be the one to be taken down. And this is good for the side of Evos Singapore.
Adammir.
R7 here onto Adammir, already receiving a lot of damage. But look at that. Look at that yin-yang overturn, getting that member down. A killing spree has been given to the side of Rrq Hoshi, though, as it is going to be a 1-for-2 trade.
Yo, Gear is just playing out of his mind, but as of now, he's gonna try and take a jab onto his Clay, but this is a very, very tanky Xavier as of yet. But still, his plays down early on with the Electro Final Blow completely cutting off Rrq's retreat, and because of that, they were able to isolate the fight, and that was a huge play coming from Gear to play the map properly. They just don't want to fight in a close spot, because that allows Clay to do his thing. But as of yet, Evos, they are gonna get a very, very easy taking onto his lot, potentially, considering that Alberttt is taken out. This is a huge moment for Evos SG if they decide to make a comeback for this.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem like Alberttt is going to be there, so the chances of them stealing this is going to be quite low. It doesn't seem like Rrq Hoshi wants to try this, but it does seem like that he's going to be very focused onto Adammir. But look at this, Lemon here already trying to get to that area. R7 is forced to back away, as it is going to be an uncontested Lord given by Rrq Hoshi to the hands of Evos Singapore.
Big play coming out here for Evo Singapore. This could turn this tide of the game if they can be careful enough to push in the base. This would be a moment for Gear to be like, wow, my hard work is paying off. They've bought time. They've pretty much evened out the items at this point with some minor changes that will happen amidst the game. But look at the damage. Clay is still leading that. Lemon as well. Adammir, though, as we saw from the last fight, is pumping out that Beatrix signature damage, so they have to be weary of that. Now, with this powered-up Lord, that's another factor here as they get ready to push into the base.
Agreed. I'm not gonna lie, I felt like Adammir and as well as Gear just popping off. Adammir was so close to dying on top, but he popped up with the nature, dodging and taking all the combos from R7 in time and allowing him to actually come online. But as of yet, this is gonna be turned around.
That deadly spin into the backside is huge. Unfortunately, there was no one that it connected onto, but look at that final blow coming into the play from the side of Gear. It does deal a little bit of damage onto Lemon, but not enough to take his life. The final blow does connect. Unfortunately, nothing else is going to happen as that Lord is going to be taken down very, very soon. Adammir in a tough position as R7 is going very aggressively onto him, but once again, Nick goes in with that wild charge. Unfortunately, it is going to be Rrq Hoshi being able to flicker away from it. The Noonam Blast does not connect onto anyone in particular. Alberttt, though, taking a lot of damage, but JPL, he is going to get that popped off. Unfortunately, that yin-yang overturn is still not able to get Albertt's life. He is one slippery jungler.
Oh, that was so close. Adammir as well was trying to make the plays. Evos as she just dancing around with Rrq Hoshi, trading blows after blows after blows. This is getting to a point that is so difficult. It could be any points game, and Evos SG has been looking for these kind of opportunities throughout the entirety of the fight, and it's just so very hard. We've reached to a point where everybody's got to have those immortalities. 28 minutes into the game, the death penalty is going to be very, very high. You cannot afford to die at all at this stage of the game.
Yeah, which means JPL has to be that much careful, right? Because his was popped. So now if they automatically lose someone at this point in the game, almost 30 minutes, it's pretty tough, right, to come back through that number disadvantage. And the next Lord comes up in 40 seconds. At this point, any mistake is going to cost you the game. R7 even picking up a Malefic Roar here, switching some items around here, has that Athena shield too. So at the same time, he has to be the one also to either help protect Lemon, or even initiate if Vin can't get there. Because you notice they're having a hard time getting to Adammir.
Yep, at the same time, so we do see 4 immortalities up on Evos SG, whereas Rrq Hoshi, they've only got 3. So the 2 players that has to be extremely careful is going to be Lemon and Clayyy, because if they get taken out, that's going to be a long death timer before the next fight comes. And I think Evos SG wants to try and capitalize on this situation. However, a little bit of an item swap coming from Lemon as well, switching the Demon Hunter Sword to deal with this tanky composition, which is known by Gear as well as JPL and Nick on this composition.
And definitely the calm before the storm here, as it is going to be another Evolved Lord here marching down into the Land of Dawn. Let's see who has the first take onto it. It does seem like Evo Singapore is ahead in that type of space, but Vin here is trying to open up the map. He does spot Nick there, but look at this from JPL into the backside. This might be a mistake. Lemon is taken very low, but look at that flicker play coming in from JPL. Award-winning. Seilah here is going to be the next one to fall, but it is going to be the Noonam Blast connecting to seal the deal. Nick here forced to retreat. Alberttt and Vin looking for something.
Oh, Clayyy, what are you doing?
Is caught in a bad situation. That back up immortal pick coming in from Clayyy, though. It is going to be popped off, but Adammir, look at Adammir. Adammir is going to deal so much damage, but it actually is going to be Adammir being the one to receive so much damage. Alberttt here, is he going to be taken down? R7, it is all just a really bad situation for the side of Evo Singapore, but that deadly spin comes into clutch. R7, what can he do? As Adammir once again is going to be able to take another point on the board.
Oh, what a clutch coming from Adammir. What an absolute performance. Played it so well. Well done coming from Vin, but eventually Evos comes up on top. Adammir lives the Telltale, but he has to forego and back off and defend. The minions are coming in, and Rrq Hoshi, they're just dropping the ball, and Evos SG just finds the biggest pick of their life. However, it's not over yet. Now, the Lord is alive. Lemon is 15 seconds left. Vin is 50 seconds. Alberttt still has the vicinity. They can challenge the Evolved Lord, but 31 minutes of the game, the Lord is just so hard to kill, and this is going to be a difficult spot to be in. Do they want to force the Lord, or do they wait on everyone? Because they need all hands on deck if they want to cleanly take this Lord 31 minutes into the game.
I don't think anyone's going to cleanly take the Lord here, because you just saw that little team fight. That wasn't even around the Lord pit, right? And right after another, the immortalities were popping. No one could catch Adammir that second time. If they were actually able to catch him, then that could have been most likely the Lord for them and then the game. But right now, you got to give it up to Adammir, playing out of his mind. The positioning is right on point. And at the same time, Nick finding the target. Once again, Lemon is going to be the main focus here. If they can handle that, he has no immortality, right? He's pretty much pure damage. You can see already, they want to start baiting Rrq Hoshi down into that pit. Gear is still at the top lane, might put pressure up there, because they also would really like to get some of those tier 3 turrets down in the base, because it could help them. Right now, everybody being super careful for this Lord.
Yeah, the beauty of the Heart's Claw, man. Adammir, before that fight actually happened, he was able to swap up his Heart's Claw to keep him alive, and that's how strong it is, especially in the later stage of the game. And look at the player goal coming from Adammir. He swapped up his items time and time again. However, hold that thought for now. Seilah trying to make a play on Lemon again. Lemon is just at constant edge right now, where Evos SG is always eyeing for his life.
Yeah, but unfortunately, a lot of resource from the side of Rrq Hoshi have been wasted. So Seilah was able to actually bait a really good resource, even though he had to use his own Yin Yang overturn.
Yep, it's not at the end of the world yet, but once again, Evos SG, they still have to play this very, very safely. But our Rrq is in a very, very difficult spot to actually play this as well. It's just not worth fighting Lord. It's just so very difficult to hit. And as the game goes on by, that Lord is going to hit like a truck. It's just not worth taking the damage. And look at this. They are going to try and bait it out, but damage output, look at this gear. It's just, he is a tank. He's getting hit pretty hard by this Lord as of yet.
Unfortunately, they are one man down here. It does seem like R7 is going to be in the top side, so it does seem like Evos Singapore, they have the man advantage. R7 here trying to open up the map, but look at how much damage Adammir is receiving from that beautiful dawning light. Evos, they are on the run. They are going to retreat from this, but it might be Gear actually looking for a steal onto that Lord. Rrq Hoshi, they understand that this is a huge potential for happening, and therefore will not be able to commit onto this just yet.
Yep, it's not over yet. Adammir was able to regain his health by clearing up the minions because of the hard core. Fortunately for them, they are able to reset the Lord. That one could have been a disastrous performance if Rrq Hoshi managed to keep on aggression, but it's not over yet. Seems like the fight is about to break down. Nope, looks like the Guardian Bro will save the day. Adammir left alone. Lemon goes for the challenge, but Numenon Blast misses the mark. Adammir is going to turn the tide, but Lemon almost killing him off. Win looking for the play, but they are out of position. Rrq, they are going to try and turn the tide, but Evos SG, they want to stall this for the team, but Lemon also still alive, but on the sides. Seilah making an attempt on R7 is not going to happen, but looks like they are going to go for reset once again. It's just a full dance-off coming from both of these teams. Nothing much has been lost. It's just been trading blows after blows.
You can even see how careful Lemon is playing, right? Like, he was able perhaps to be able to get that engage, but he didn't want to take that risk, understanding that it is already 34, almost 35 minutes in the game.
This is quite the long game here, and you can see just how careful everyone's being. I mean, Immortalities are pretty much online again, so this is going to be the push and pull situation. R7 Gear, their own eternal battle, trying to push the lanes out. Still, I mean, each base has one inhibitor turret down. It's just in different lanes, so they're playing around that, but still, it comes down to just look at the gold laners. There's so much reliance on both of them, and they're both doing it right now. So at the end of the day, it's going to come down to whichever one gets taken out. The hard part is both teams trying to find their targets because everyone's playing so defensively and carefully right now.
Agreed. This has got to be the longest game so far in MSC as of yet. And I feel like this is so difficult to watch, especially when all hands are on deck coming from Evos SG. They need to make sure that Lemon gets taken out right from the get-go. And Lemon so far still doesn't have his immortality. And this is so frustrating to play. Just look at how Lemon positions himself every single time. With the sprint, with his mobility, he's just so quick and it's just so difficult to actually one-shot him right from the get-go. And I feel like the only one that can do it is pretty much Adammir. But every single time that happens, Adammir was forced in a situation to commit to fights with his teammates rather than going for those 1v1 pickoffs against Lemon.
Man, right now, I mean, look at Gear and R7 in the top lane, right? They're both literally just cutting the lanes. Meanwhile, everyone's the stalemate here at the pit, right? If we talk about it, it's going to be a stalemate pretty much for the longest time until someone decides to pull the trigger. It's just pretty much reliance on who does that, who has the initiative to actually start something and hope that they come out on top. Because when all these immortalities are reset, you might pull something amazing off, but because that immortality buys a little bit of time, it's really hard to capitalize on that to make it a numbers advantage. Look, right now, it's actually going to happen.
Yeah, it does seem like the Yin Yang overturn is going to use that for this game, but look at this. It is going to be the members coming in from Rrq Hoshi being pinned down to that turret. But look at this, Evos Singapore, they are able to get another trade on the board. 3 members taken down. This is a huge mistake for Rrq Hoshi. This might be the moment that Evos Singapore have been waiting for, the mistake, and this might be it.
Oh my goodness, patience paid off from Seilah. He waited for the bush, he caught them all, and now 60 seconds on the sidelines with only Lemon to defend. So very difficult to do so, but now Evos SG, they need some sort of minions to work with. Win is just blocking all the shots, keeping the minion alive. It's only 1 minute, but at the same time, what are they doing? Evos SG, they're blocking the minions as well. Win, they have to finish them off. It's going to be A-okay, but once again, they need to buy some sort of time. They need some sort of minutes, and it is going to come in down as they push down towards the middle turret in this vicinity.
Oh my god, but look at this. All deck on board here. 2 members, but
That's
okay,
it.
my god, that is going to be it. 1 mistake cost Rrq Hoshi the game. Evos Singapore with an upset victory is going to be taking this away from Rrq Hoshi.